Hello, welcome to Focus and Go. I'm Lenka.
And I'm Tim. How are all of you? I hope you're doing well.
Yep, and we're happy to sit and chat with you today. It's our virtual creative meeting about social media and doing our art and having great mental health all at the same time. Woohoo!
That can be a challenge.
Can be. We can devote a whole episode to mental health, but
Yeah.
we're not. We haven't shaped that one out yet. We don't have an outline for that one. So, but today we have been talking to other friends and noticing on our social feeds that it is time. I know people might not want to hear it, but it's time to think holidays if you're in the creative arts and are looking to take any kind of momentum maybe around the holidays for your. Now is the time to think about it.
If you don't start now, you'll be left behind by the time October 31st comes. And, oh, I have to do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to be like I have, probably 3 or 4 years in a row sitting on Thanksgiving trying to be like, the fairies are a good gift. How can I let people know that tomorrow? So this year I'm trying to get ahead and make a plan. And we came up with good ideas today when we
Yeah,
were
we
chatting
did.
about it. What are some good, very attainable action plan ideas that can be implemented and without a whole lot of effort, hopefully.
Other than the usual running around and trying to find where are my decorations? Where am I going to put them?
Right. Well, we're talking virtual decorations. So where you?
We're talking decorations online too. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's
Yeah. Where are they? Where are we going to keep them? So, having a marketing strategy that you have plotted out, either ideas or content, ideally preparing ahead, your future self will thank you. So we're talking to you now to help your future self.
that's right. Just think, dream, imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Just even if it's wild and it's out of the box by about 2 miles, go for it. See if it works out.
Mm-hmm. Christmas and Hanukkah is a great time to remind people that your creative item exists, whether it's a book or an Etsy shop or however you share your creativity. You can remind people that you are there and that your item is awesome and they may want to buy it for themselves. So might as well take advantage to everyone being online looking for things, and small businesses are definitely supported in this day and age. So might as well not add to the noise, but you're going to cut through the noise. And we're going to give you some ideas on how. One of the easiest ones, maybe, is just to have more posts. If you post 2 or 3 times a week, maybe starting November, second week in November, you start posting 3 times a week, and then 4 times a week, and then 5 times a week until the window closes on what you consider a saleable time. The algorithm loves when people post. So if you can find things now, put them in a folder or favorite them or collect captions or quotes you like, somehow that you can increase your momentum with posting, that would be an easy way to get yourself in the algorithm more.
And every app has different algorithms, so you have to figure out what algorithms work for those particular apps.
Yes. TikTok likes 2 to 3 a day. So if you want to get momentum on TikTok, you can work toward 2 or 3 a day. Pinterest likes 7 to 15 a day, but Pinterest doesn't want you to post all your own content. It would like you to post maybe 3 to 3-ish and then repost other people that are similar to what your content is, so you don't have to feel the pressure there. Instagram, I think, is 3 to 5 times a week. Facebook is a tough one to know how many times, but you can always look up best posting practices for social media and it'll just because their algorithms are always changing and it's really tough to try and tap in and stay on top of it because you can't. They're always changing it.
Yeah, and also we're going to be getting into suggestions on how is your item a perfect gift for the perfect time we're getting into Halloween, and then we're going to get into Thanksgiving, and then into Christmas. So, how does your item fit as a perfect gift for you to buy for someone else?
Yeah. Or for yourself. Like maybe you would appreciate a sci-fi book when you're sitting at your family's and everyone's watching football. Maybe you'd rather be reading a sci-fi book on your Kindle. Um, Plant the seeds. If you think of it as planting seeds and not selling, no one that I have met really wants to be a salesperson, but we all are happy to share our creative spark with other people. So if you think of it that you're sharing and planting seeds that people are like, yeah, I do have long travel to get to my relative's house. And yeah, I'm probably going to be sitting in the airport a long time. Maybe I do want to preload a couple books on my Kindle. You just start the conversation. Like think of your ideal person and just have a little conversation with them. And then, it
Or
connects.
or if you have audiobooks, sell the audiobooks because people drive long distances to relatives' houses, and you just get an audiobook going and drive along and listen to your favorite book.
And that's good for kids too. Like play audiobooks while wrapping presents um, there are things that are connecting to an audience that doesn't have to be gift giving all the time. But you also want to highlight how it would feel to have your item as a gift on Christmas and who would enjoy it. I have 2 craft books. My craft books are perfect for anyone crafty, of course, but also a kid that's getting into sewing or has never sewn, a kid that likes to make toys and you can create themes around it for the gift giving. So not only could you give the book, you give them a little sewing basket with supplies in it, and people really love that. And people's brains are busy. So as the creator, we have an opportunity to say what we have heard from other people and share that with the world, spread it through the world. I had an adult tell me that she made fairies and then she donated them to a local Christmas tree. And at the end, they gave a fairy to like people in the hospital or kids in the hospital.
Hmm.
So that kind of ties into we have events in here too.
That's a really good
But
thing.
when I heard that, I'm like, it is such a good idea. And
It's,
other people are going to think it's such a good idea.
no,
I
but
need to make that post.
it is a great idea because you have all these pretty homemade fairies all over the tree, which everybody appreciates for the entirety of the time that the tree's up, and then in the end, the kids get them and get as gifts.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a great way to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Great way to spread it around.
Yeah, and then that's for adults,
Yeah.
as a public service, like, because adults love to make them too. So, but if I don't share it, no one knows. Like, I know, but that doesn't go anywhere. So now's the time for me to start jotting all these things down so they're ready to go
Hmm.
when people just kind of gear shift. And the gear shift is already on Pinterest. Pinterest is pushing holiday content already. It works good 2 to 3 months ahead of time. 2 months is pretty tight, and we're at 2 months. So Pinterest definitely wants holiday content now, and the other ones are starting. Some are still leaning Halloween, but those Christmas ones are going to start sneaking in. I wouldn't put stuff up with like Christmas carols on TikTok right now. That I don't think that would land so well, but you know,
Well,
save it for the ground.
you go by retail and they go to Halloween and they switch from Halloween straight over to Christmas.
Yeah.
They totally bypass Thanksgiving
Mm-hmm.
anymore. So, you know,
And that reminds me, I have a free Thanksgiving book. And it's not a Thanksgiving book, it's a giving thanks books. And every day is where the child, we did it in my classroom, and they would write one thing they were thankful for. And they always started with, like, I'm thankful for air, I'm thankful for water. And then they would go into, I'm thankful for my little brother. And it would get more real because you're doing it every day. So it became a habit, which
mhm.
is actually one of the big strategies in life is if you can find gratitude. So
Yes.
planting my own seeds. I need to remind
Yes.
people that exists.
And the next thing is freebies.
Yeah, that's my little thank you book is a freebie.
Yeah, and it's
Oh, right now I have a freebie for making some pumpkins.
yeah.
I need to do that. I'm gonna write it down. Go ahead.
A note on the go around here.
Don't
Yeah.
let
Wait a
it
minute.
escape.
Wait a minute. That brings this up.
Grab the post-it note.
Yes, a free post-it note with writing on it. How's
Yeah.
that? So yeah, freebies. I mean, the one that comes to mind is not exactly a freebie, but if you look at the price of books these days, especially paperbacks, start at 16, go up to 20, 25, just to buy them, and then you have your ebooks. Well, if your ebooks are normally hanging around $2.99, $3.99, start now. Go on Amazon, price them all at 99 cents and make some deals. You can get 2 or 3 for this price. You give people deals, something
Feel good about.
they can feel good about because, I mean, 99 cents for an ebook you can drop on the Kindle and you don't get any better than that these days.
I saw quite a few people using Kindles at the doctor's office. So, context is they're being used and always looking for content for their devices. So,
You can offer freebies on your home websites, or you could have, craft deals that work around what you have.
mhm. I last year a coloring book. I did use AI, which is controversial, but I tinkered with each page. So they did technically have an artist touch along with the AI, but I have disability where I can't use my hands well. So it was the only way I could create something like that. And it's very cute. And I put it on the website for free. And when people opted to download it, they could share their email with me for the mailing list if they wanted. They didn't have to. And it created a lot of visitors to my site because I could share everywhere. There was a free coloring book, and I made sure it didn't have real coded images. So it was a winter theme. So you could use it if you believed in Hanukkah or Christmas or none of the above, or, it was very fairies in winter.
Very
And
generalized.
yeah, it was mindful. It was demure. No, it was that not everyone celebrates the same things. And so they're all winter fairies and they're very cute. And there's boys and girls and they're all bundled up and it was cute. But I made Pinterest pins and I could pin every single page of that coloring book as a freebie. So and it brought a lot of people to my site where then they tinker around and they go, what else is this Forest Fairy Crafts thing doing? And I also put a watermark on each page. So if they took it into a classroom and copied it, then that watermark is on the page when they bring it home and put it on the fridge. So freebies are a good incentive.
Yes. And another thing you get fun with is update your website and decorate it according to the time of the season.
I need
You
to
know,
do that.
yeah, and just make it fun. You should just use your imagination and go for it,
Yeah.
and just have a blast.
Make sure you're sourcing your images ethically. Like we all want to support artists. So I have a Canva subscription and I use that to create images and I'm gonna create some more of those. I want to do some Halloween decorating on my site now that you said it. Yeah, I need to bring back the witches and the zombies and the spooky stuff, the black cats and stuff. So
Yeah.
and then also, I want to think ahead and go find some holiday things. Maybe a little Thanksgiving, but you could jump straight to Christmas if you wanted. Not be Tink website all the time. But even your bio page, you could change the colors to fall colors. And it's also a good time to check that all your links work. I did that last year and found that one of my main links was not working anymore. That particular service didn't exist. So go through and make sure all your links are going where you intended it to go.
Yes, indeed. All right. And another thing we can do is if like in my case where I had some notable posts last season, we can bring them back because people aren't going to remember. They're not going to remember or say, "Well, I saw that last year on your site." Because I mean, let's face it. I mean, sometimes we can't remember names at a party.
People are not paying that close of attention to your posts.
So you can repost them.
Mm-hmm.
So just go back and look at them. What are your favorites? Which ones hit? Which ones didn't? And you can go in and choose what you're gonna put up again.
Especially if you had one that did really well, and I'm thinking of that one, and I can put it back up on Instagram and make reels or TikTok or yeah, I'm thinking of it, but I need to find the image, so that's part of the what this motivation is going to be, to go find the things before you're sitting there in December wanting to cuddle up and watch a movie and with popcorn, and then you're like, but I haven't posted in 3 weeks and I need to find something. No, we're going to help your future self by doing that now.
Right.
Hopefully.
And then have themed posts. It's just like right now we're working on posts that I'm putting up on my Pinterest and Instagram and Meta business and also LinkedIn and Facebook. And since I write science fiction, it's fun themed post of kitties and witches out there in space, with pumpkins and floating around instead of stars. And for that, and of course Link is going to work hers around the fairies,
Mm-hmm.
right? But we can just make it according to what the holiday is. So
You can even just take pictures in a spooky, set up on your table or whatever. But having fun with the holiday and in the way that you celebrate it. If you're a pastel Halloween person, go for it. If you're a dark gothic Halloween person, go for it. Like, there's no right way to celebrate or not celebrate. But yeah, bring it into your feed and share what you like about the holiday too, because that's how people connect with you beyond your product, is when they see who is behind these pretty images or videos, and they can be like, oh, this person loves the true crime stuff like I do around Halloween, or this person loves slasher movies like I do. And then you make connections, and that's how you build community.
that's right. All right. And another thing we should do is investigate local events going around in your area, such as November 16th, where we're at, the library is having a local authors event where they're inviting local authors to share their books and talk with people and read content out of their books, and it's a good way to connect with people. It's a good way to connect them with your product and possibly get some books sold or some fairy
Connections.
connect
And make friends.
and friends and get fairy crafts sold, and just so local events,
Networking.
local craft fairs. Like
Mm-hmm.
up here we're going to start having Christmas shows with crafts and
Street festivals.
yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily mean having a booth, because I've done having a booth. It can be very pricey, and there's no guarantee that you're going to connect with your people walking by and make your money back. So I'm not it I have been very successful at some. In fact, one of our most successful sales events with my writing partner was at the school parent craft sales meet. And so it was all parents that do crafty things. Like there was a glass blower and like someone who whittled or something. I don't remember all the stuff. Sewed things, knitting scarves, whatever the parents did. And they set up tables, and it was a, pre-Christmas way to support the community. And we sold a lot of books at that event. It was great, and got to meet a lot of fans. And I always encourage taking photos You share photos, even if one person or two people came up to talk to you, you're there and you can say you're there and I enjoyed it. And even if no one talks to you, you're showing up, and that's important. And it takes some bravery.
Yeah, one Christmas a long time ago, when my wife was still around and a bit younger, I have mistletoe in my oak tree, so I got a bunch of mistletoe and she tied it up with bows and made it all extra special and pretty. And then she dressed up in a Cornish outfit, and I sort of dressed up, and we walked down the street in a Christmas fair, and she sold every single one of those
Bundles of
bundles
mistletoe.
of decorated mistletoe without without even getting a booth. And other people were selling mistletoe in plastic bags, but hers were they were in a basket and decorated
Mhm.
all nice and pretty, and people just ate it up. They just bought them all out. It's so you can have fun with your crafts that way as well.
Mm-hmm. One way I'm remembering that I had success at a street fair was I went to the bookstore and asked if I could help with the street fair. And they had a little table outside, local authors, and then any local author could come and hang out at the table and talk to people. And it wasn't a plan, like it wasn't organized highly. Like if you show up, it's fine. If the table's empty, it's fine. And it was very successful. And then another store that was they sold things for young families, and I did a little gnome craft for them out on the street, and that invited people to come into the store. So I was able to share the little gnome and the story of the fourth fairy crafts, and then they could go in the store, and I could also sell books. So checking in with your local vendors who do work at street fairs, you may be able to help them somehow, and that's a great way to celebrate the season and share your product with people.
Again, it can be a lot of fun too, because
Oh, it's so much
you can
fun.
dress up for it.
Yeah.
You,
And you
you
get to talk to people who are excited about what you're doing,
yeah,
who are like, I've dreamed of doing what you're doing now. And
and you can they
it's a
and
good
you
motivator.
and encourage them to go out and start.
Mm-hmm.
And
Share the joy.
that's right.
Yeah.
And another big thing that you can do with all of this is share testimonials, the successes that you've had. I'll just bring up one. I have my short stories. I write novels, science fiction novels, but I write short stories of many genres, and I got on Booksy.com, and I've had for months, almost a year, and I'm almost up to 1,000 reads, right? Which is good. Oh,
Peeking over the chairs a little bit.
he's writing a
Yep.
book on how to be a brat.
That's Thor. Oh no, Thor is a
An
very sweet maniac.
adorable one.
Yeah, an adorable
An
maniac
adorable Thor.
kitten. He's a teenage kitten.
Thor, the adorable kitten.
Yeah.
He's clawing out the manuscript as we speak right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So anyhow, on Booksy, it's like so now I got up to 8,500, and I thanked everybody for that. And so when I get to 10,000, I can say, yeah, I have 10,000 reads on Booksy, or I have certain book awards for some of my books, and I put them on my website. So if you have something you can blow your horn about, blow it.
Toot your own horn.
Toot your own horn and let people know that you have received some accomplishments and some acknowledgments for your work.
And it's not bragging, it's sharing and celebrating. And people want to celebrate with you. So do that. We forgot to say Booksy and the free stuff. That
Yeah,
you
we
do
did.
Booksy and it's free and you're finding readers through that. So
Yeah, you post your short stories, or you can post any writing on Booksy. I
mm-hmm.
put I put chapters of Thumar up there once in a while, and some hit, some don't. But I also put my short stories, and I also wrote an op-ed that I put up there, and you can
It's all free.
it's all free, and you can get some good readership and some get your name out there.
Well, and you've noticed being consistent, the numbers are going up
Yeah.
since you've been doing it like once a week.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of reads,
Mm-hmm.
regular reads.
And you can do that with a number of sites. You could create wallpaper that would be free, like go here for free wallpaper and have it, watermarked with your brand. So every time someone opens their phone, they're seeing this great back wallpaper, and also your gosh, we could do a whole thing on freebies.
Yeah,
That's,
we
I
could.
need to slow down.
All right, but just so you know,
There are a lot of ways that you can distribute free content, which you can then highlight in your
freebies are good,
Mhm.
and people like them. If it says free, people go, "Oh, free.
Yeah.
Let me check this out." And if it fits them, they take it. If they don't, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
So, but sharing your testimonials, getting back to that, if someone of note has given you a great acknowledgement, share it.
Well, and ever of note. So if you have, we had a testimonial that we put on our page from like Cindy B in Indiana. And to me, that shows that a regular person who I have no connection to liked the book.
Well,
So
I've gotten some of
you
those
can,
too.
yeah,
So I've gotten some.
just celebrate those, because
Got
those people did not have to take time out of their day to do that. And in fact, if you want to help other authors or creators rate their things, give them nice ratings and testimonials, because it's always helpful. And I used to say, "Oh, thank you for the 50 reviews on Amazon." I think we're over. I need to make a note about that to check that again.
another note on the go.
Another
Here we
note.
go. You bet.
Um,
But good point about everyone being notable.
mhm. Yeah,
I
because sometimes someone will be like, "Oh, this person said," like, I have no idea who that person is. So, what's
so,
of note for one person may not.
so that's a good
So,
point. That's
yeah.
a really good
Any
point.
and worked today. Someone said, "Oh, we sold 1 million books using this product," and you investigated the product for good.
I looked at it for about 5 minutes until I realized someone was wanting to sell a video.
Right, but that's what we're talking about. We're talking about wanting to sell things, so it did
Yeah,
get your attention. It piqued your attention.
that's right.
Okay, and then our last one is thinking about if you want to do Black Friday deals. And again, this is not something you want to be thinking about on Thanksgiving, which I have done in the past, where I'm sitting on Thanksgiving going, do I want to come up with something that I would participate in that, or the next weekend is usually small business weekend, small, like go to small businesses or support small
Uh-huh.
businesses. And I never get my act together to actually sustain a plan. But if you want to participate in these Black Friday, everyone's looking for deals. So it is a good think about kind of possibility.
Yeah, and you have what do they call it, Cyber Monday,
Oh, right.
which
Cyber
is
Monday.
which is 3 days after Black Friday, and
Mm-hmm.
which in some cases have been bigger in sales than Black Friday.
Right. So, but there is, tuning out the noise, or people who are like, I'm not going, but I'm not speaking to the people who don't participate. If you don't participate, that's fine. Just, fast forward a little bit. But if you do participate, highlight a sale, highlight a freebie, highlight something that you're going to discount or give away for that weekend only or for the next 2 weeks. If you have your books already set to 99 cents, just say they're on sale. You're extending it through Black Friday or something like that, where it gives people incentive, because when you have a deadline or an opportunity day like Black Friday or Cyber Monday or Small Business Saturday, it compresses the timeline and it makes you more eager to participate in whatever that is, because you don't want to miss it. And especially if you have pivoted, you're like, these are the ways that my product will help you during the holiday season, give you something to, while you're traveling, give you something to make for your friends and family in your local community, then you're perfectly poised. You're perfectly set to take advantage of that. And so you just need to come up. Now, for me, my publisher handles all of the sales and the pricing. So I can't personally do the pricing, and I can't personally don't sell kits or actual fairies, but I could have a freebie that's only available that weekend. I could think of that. I don't
It might
know.
work
There's
that way.
opportunities, but I'm gonna try not to wait to Thanksgiving to figure one out.
Yeah, it is. And if you fortunate enough to have copies of your books in your house that you've purchased or that have been given to you through the publishing process where they say you get 10 free books and you still have some, you could have deals where you know how much you pay for them, so you can just price them a couple dollars more and just have a three for offer. Buy these 3 books for this much money.
Buy
So,
two get one free. Figure out your margins,
right.
and autographed and personal autograph maybe. Think of ways that you can make that time of year special, so the gift giving is fun and supports you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, on the final note, is as we come up with all these ideas, because creative people are masters of ideas generally, and like Tim and I can sit, oh, look, we can do this, we can do that, and that. And the reason why I'm reaching for the paper and I now have post its everywhere is because I forget my own thing. Like, oh, we forgot to say, we did talk about repurpose last
What?
year's content.
Huh?
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 What? What
Huh?
did we talk
What?
about?
Where's that list? I forgot where that list is.
What have we covered?
Oh,
Yeah, I need to go into all my previous Christmas blogs, whatnot, and just make a new Canva thing to put up to make it sound like it's brand new. And that is something I need to do as well. But yeah, the as you juggle all of these ideas, and do not think you need to do all of them, just think of like one or two that resonate, and once you have those well contained, then go to the next one, and or maybe someone will find you. The universe is like that. So, but right now is a good time to do your research about your shipping costs, about your like you were saying, your actual cost of an item, so you're not underselling yourself. A good time to ask yourself what you're really wanting to do. Do you want to be packing orders for the first 2 weeks of December? Maybe you want to say you're closing up shop on the 10th so you can be with your family. It is very good to get the mail by dates. So if you order by the end of November, it's guaranteed to be there. But if you order the 10th of December, we don't know. Like, those are very helpful for people purchasing your items. And also an upgrade to express mail, but there's a deadline for that as well. So ask yourself what you want to be doing for your creative pursuit, and then also what you could research for your future self now. You have a little extra time.
that's some great advice.
Yeah.
Great advice.
It also reminded me that I am working on a secret project, and I am hoping to use that as a Christmas gift. And I need to have a draft by mid-November, I think, in order to get like a quick print of it to give on Christmas. So if you're on the crafty side of things where you were working on your gifts, remember to integrate that into your planning, because keep making stuff. We want to keep making stuff. We want to keep writing and creating and being lit up and inspired. So plan too. Chewy wants his dinner.
That's right. The boss has
The
spoken.
boss has spoken.
Prince Chewy says it's my time.
Yep. And we always go over time. Look at that. We were planning like 12 minutes, and I think we're 40 minutes again. So I might break it.
We're at 29 minutes.
29 minutes. Okay.
Oh, we're better than we were.
Better than we were last time.
Yeah,
Last time we
yeah.
were 40 minutes. So,
Yeah.
like I said, we are idea people. We just come up with lots of ideas. And it's an idea menu. Like they've been talking about the dopamine menu. I don't know if you've heard about that.
I haven't.
It's basically like I've said, the joy, chasing joy. You write a menu of things
Yeah,
that give you
yeah.
dopamine, and then you can pick off the menu when you need some dopamine, like a coffee, or I mean, drink more water is a good lifestyle skill. I'm not
You
sure if
just
that's a dopamine one, but
drink coffee water. Get them both in at the same time.
yeah, like dopamine. Play your favorite game, but set a timer so you don't get lost in it. Pet the dog. Right now I'm petting him. So there he goes. He's settling down. But yeah, that idea of a dopamine menu, joy list, whatever you
All
call it.
righty. Well, that's all we have for now.
Mm-hmm. And you can follow me at Lankaland on just about every platform except for TikTok. I'm Lankaland Fam, F-A-M. And there's also crafts everywhere. And forestfaircrafts.com is probably the easiest way to find us and our socials. So,
All right.
where can they find you?
On thumar1.com for my author website, for my books and short stories and a few other little ditties. And I'm also on Pinterest. I am on TikTok, and I'm on LinkedIn, Meta, Instagram, and we do have a Spotify account, but we haven't been using that.
Okay. But what do they use to find you? Like what?
Uh,
M. Timothy
Timothy Murray. Murray.
M. Timothy Murray. But
Probably.
the surefire way to find it is go to the website and
Yeah,
click on social links.
because I have.
He's different on every platform.
Yes, I am, and I do have links.
Yeah.
I do have a direct link to my Booksy account,
Mm-hmm.
which takes you to
Free
all of my
stories.
free
Yeah.
short stories.
And the winter coloring book is up right now if you want coloring pages. I need to make a fall one. That would be fun.
Note on the go.
Noted.
Note on the go.
Fall coloring.
See, we're creating while we're talking at the same time. Imagine that.
Follow through. That's what we're all about. Follow through.
Yep.
And so we will be sharing our little triumphs along the way as we actually follow through, because now we're accountable. We're accountable to each other and we're accountable to you. So that's going to give us incentive to follow through. And if you want to be part of our little community, feel free to leave a review. Let us know what your project is. Maybe we'll make a blog post about all the cool stuff you can get for Christmas and include you and Hanukkah and include your item or Etsy shop or the art one is in my brain, but I just can't remember it. But art.
Don't want to leave out Kwanzaa.
Yes, and Kwanzaa.
Yes, Kwanzaa is in there too.
Great celebration. So.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So cheers to you, and I hope you have a week that's full of creative inspiration, and I hope that where you are is lovely fall, and my heart goes out to everyone in the path of Helene, and it's horrifying. So I hope that no one else is managing that type of loss. It's heartbreaking. Heart goes out to you. So I hope your week's inspired. I'll go with that.
Have a great week and just enjoy it and live it with joy and wonderment.
Yeah. And we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.